Welcome back to Emergency Dating Consulting, a place for immediate change and or development in the world of dating. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to send me in your questions so I can answer them on the show. Let's go! She hasn't had her heart broken before. So be careful on that last conversation. I wouldn't. This is really, this is a...
I didn't understand that.
That's because I wasn't talking to you. Really, this was a situation where you have to take full-blown responsibility and ownership for this. You have across the board. It just keeps boiling down that you take every single part of this, and you do. This is what makes a very strong leader. You do take every single part. You don't have that last hate conversation, but you can say in your head every time she does pop up, like, fuck you. There's nothing wrong to that. There's nothing wrong to still having a little bit of saltiness towards somebody, but not hate. And that's a big difference. And that hate can digress to saltiness with time. So you need time with this, but more than anything, so it doesn't get into your relationship, doesn't get in the way into your relationship. Now you need to understand that she wasn't what you thought, right? What you fell in love with was this image. You thought you found somebody that fits you perfectly, and there's no question about that, at least in the looks department. So you need to keep that up while you're out there dating. But you need to keep an eye on that heart. And this is a warning to guys out there with attractive women. And unfortunately, attractive women either grown up extremely spoiled or they've been taken advantage of. So when you are, there's a pool that had the proper parenting and leadership out there, but for the most part, you need to keep an eye on this while you date specifically attractive women that get tidal waves of men in their inboxes and attention all the time. So I want to jump into her choosing the route she did, and him thinking she left him and played him like she did because he slept with somebody else while he was single. So that's not the case. Now I can already tell this woman has been in a relationship prior. She's 24, attractive, so she definitely has, but she's been in a long-term relationship before. And I know this because she told him the family issue was getting in the way of their relationship, but also she didn't have the energy. He wrote in there somewhere, she didn't have the energy to invest into a relationship with them together. And I've said this before, and where I was coming from on this, and where I assume she's coming from on this, is it's the truth. You know how much it takes. You know the strain of concentration and understanding and focus and really directing your energy to this person. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of energy. And if you are not feeling like this man is feeling, like she was not feeling for him, this is unfortunate on her behalf, but you're going to back off. And I have to say, out of everything, she did it right. She's not wrong. She wasn't ready for it, but that was the only thing she did right, and the only honesty that she gave out to this man. But I give her credit for that. She should have. And he took that and respected that. So hats off to her and hats off to him, but it all crashes and gets fuzzy after that. So as she says, a couple months after they backed off each other, she starts hitting him up again, because now she's had some time. I think she's kind of fresh out of a long-term relationship. I don't think she's really telling him the truth, or she didn't tell him at all, because he never even mentioned it, and he would know that's a factor for sure. But I think when that family drama and her mind's getting more and more dense with her own personal issues, this is when she reached back out to him, and this is where these women fall for these nice guys, and unfortunately this guy is the nice guy, and she needed somewhere to leak her problems, and that emotional connection was built between them. So they get in contact in October from August, and they start talking again, and she gets to leak out her emotions and feelings. But now she is now, as they get reacquainted again and they talk and they have they reestablish that emotional connection, there's always the next step to that, and that's physical. And this is why now, after she's back filling him again, which is rude in general, but she's back filling him again, she's like, as they're talking, like, now that I think about it, I wouldn't mind really getting physical with him, but what has he been up to, right? Because she wouldn't be talking to him if she wasn't sexually attracted to him, for one. But two, women never go after men who aren't sexually active, to say the least. So, or at least rarely do they. And so this is why she asked the question, right? As I say, you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. But she asked because now, but this woman also lives with the persona of, I'm all you need, right? And if you want to court a woman, then your world stops and you pursue her, which you're wrong on for this. And that's where she's coming from. So she knows she's sexually active, but this is her selfish perspective. This is why I said it crashes after this, because she's now she asks him, has he slept with anybody, right? And as he said, he could take it to his grave, and he's smart for not doing so. I know he completely regrets it, but you shouldn't. You don't take it to your grave, because this is a fact. She wouldn't believe you if you would have said no anyways. This is why she asked you. But the fact that you told the truth and she buried you for it, she would have buried you in the future. This is why I guarantee her last relationship ended ugly, for sure. She didn't learn anything. If she, at 24 years old, she's still looking at men with these delusions of grandeur, that other relationship ended really bad. And this is a situation where she's not settling anything for less than me and all me or nothing at all, because I'm that type of value in her head. And so when she finds out he's sleeping with each other, she buries him. And like, how could you? How dare you? I can't even look at you the same, right? And that's because she got out of her relationship and she's going through her own personal issues. So her life is kind of chaotic. So she has to put a pause on her personal life and any type of fun or anything exciting in her life. And he doesn't have to do that, right? And he shouldn't. And when y'all build an emotional bond and you don't give a physical bond attached with that, that can drive a man crazy. And you tell him to break it off for 3 months. Most women already know she made a mistake on this, but assuming he shouldn't be out there playing the field because, right, y'all are waiting for each other. That's not how that works. And she wouldn't let that happen if the shoe's on the other foot. And so it's wrong to let this happen now. So really, this was her excuse. What she's mad at him about I always say when people bring smoke to your door and they have a problem with you, they're actually more upset that you didn't lead this in the proper direction that they believe you could have led this. And so she's mainly upset with him because it's like, I like everything about you. We're building this, we're doing that. But you're soft. That's really what she's saying, and not soft like a complete doormat, but more on the aspect of you won't speak your mind, right? When she called you out on sleeping with somebody, you're supposed to put her in a position and educate her and take the lead on this and say she is wrong for pinning you up against the wall with reasonable facts and experiences on your behalf, and you educate her on where this came from and how she's coming from a selfish perspective and not respecting what the man is supposed to do while she's taking her sweet time handling all these pebbles in her shoes before she's ready to take this walk together with him. So not only is she upset because he can't take the lead, but now she can't. And this is equivalent to I've seen situations where a woman wants her partner or somebody to do something in bed sexually, but she doesn't want to tell him she doesn't want to. I knew a woman who wanted to get choked. I'm trying to think of exactly who she was, but she wanted to get choked, and but she couldn't tell her husband or her boyfriend to choke her, and it's just because it would have been a turnoff to her. And this is that situation too. She can't be like, but really, it's not that it's just strictly a turnoff. It's the reality, and they're not wrong on this. This is why it's such a tough. You have to communicate with your partner, tell them what you like and don't like. But this is different. Like a situation where you direct your partner is if you're receiving head from your partner. If you're a woman, you're receiving head from your male partner, female as well. But